back to the Telosive Tech Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, we are a mere 48 hours, 48, 72? Who knows when this gets posted? We are a mere hours away from a very spooky Apple event. One in which another Japanese company may be acquired. What do you think, Mike? Why is Apple having an evening scary fast event? Are you scared?
Yes and no. I would say yes because we have entered the unknown, and no because spooky season is the best season. And
I thought
like
you were
I said
gonna say
before,
you were scared of me.
oh, that
Go
too.
on.
But also, I think I mentioned either in the last podcast or the podcast before that I want another event because I like all the animations and all that, and I'm getting my wish. So that's good for me, I guess. But I'm very curious on what will appear in this event at this point. Like, are we getting new iPads? Are we getting new Macs? Are we just throwing the M3 chip into things and calling it a day? Like,
I feel like Macs are confirmed. Can I say that? Is
oh
that
goodness,
allowed?
the C
It
word.
feels confirmed. We
Like
had
candy.
the whole Mac. We had the Finder face in the invite. Come on, what is the likelihood of there not being anything Mac related?
Very low.
It's got to
I'd
be
say.
like 0.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
it's
excited though.
0.1% on the off chance that this is an iPad event where they announce all new iPads and they announce that you can now run Mac OS on the iPad. So that would explain the little face teaser. But that's not happening. That's a 0.1% chance. You have a better chance of winning the Cybertruck raffle than you do the
Goodness.
iPads running Mac OS. We all know that ain't happening. So there's got
Not
to be
this
some
year,
M3
probably.
chips, right?
Unless they do, and then this just means that this is your favorite event ever, probably. Oh, iPad's finally getting Mac OS support.
Yeah, I mean, if they're hyping up in the terminology fast, so I assume that would mean new chip. Yes. Like,
Mhm.
and if there wasn't any new chips, the literal only thing they could refresh is the iMac. There's nothing else that they could put a new chip in. Everything else has M2, so it's got to be M3. There's no way. I could see the marketing teaser now. You got M3, and then the 3 starts moving, and then an N appears in the center, and it says 3 nanometer. So you got 3nm, M3. They all it's 3. It's a magic number. There's 3 new chips: M3, M3 Pro, M3 Max. This is too perfect. It has to be.
Do you really think that was the iMac Pro could probably make a resurgence then? Would that be a spooky
I don't know
return?
about
It
iMac
literally
Pro.
rises from the grave and has black bezels like you always wanted on iMac.
Okay, well, as much as I would love that, and I will confess that if you wanted to put ProMotion on a large display, the iMac would be the best way to do it, because the biggest thing preventing a ProMotion Pro display, like 120 hertz on an external monitor, is that Thunderbolt 4 is not prepared for that.
Mhm. Oh my goodness. You're a magician. You somehow made him appear. Randy
Now
is
I'm
just
scared.
now he's just as spooky as the Apple event.
He's doing the Squidward dance.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm
hope
trying to
it's-
do the Squidward.
Okay. I was like, I hope his audio works, because I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the Squidward.
Welcome
Hi.
back, Randy. You missed
Oh, my-
so much. We've been
All right,
talking
well, let's
for
just
so
do it all
long.
over. Welcome back to the Talos of Tech podcast, everyone. Are we doing tech right now?
Yes. That was a good guess. He had a 50-50 shot. All right. Well, we were just on the subject of what are we expecting at Scary Fast? And are you scared?
It's actually Spooky Fest.
Whatever. Okay, Mike.
That would be good too.
Mike is scared. My gosh, Mike, a background I don't think I'm used to seeing, if at all. That doesn't look
What are you
like
talking about?
that doesn't look like
It's
an
weird to see you in a
RV.
room that's larger than 50 square feet. It's
It
odd.
feels weird as well. But like Apple, things are getting even more spookier here.
It's not spooky.
My goodness. Wait, hold on. Hold that thing up again. What is that in your hand?
This is
No. Move it back.
Oh,
That's not a Pixel.
no. We're blue
Oh,
bubble,
wait.
baby.
Ew.
The
Drew knows
3D.
better than to text me
Three.
while he's green. So the moment he goes back to blue, he sends me a blue heart. So that way I know he's back on the right side of history. I don't care what your review has to say about nothing. History will not be kind to what you've done this past 2 weeks.
So much trauma, right, Randy?
Yeah,
That's true.
I'm a fan.
All the green bubbles.
All right.
Kind.
So, what we're expecting, and am I scared? I am scared. I'm scared. We're not going to see a MacBook Air because we already saw an M3 Air this year, and I see there's a rumor. I don't know when, but there's a rumor. The legendary, the most iconic Johnny Ive MacBook 12-inch MacBook may be coming back from the dead.
Now that would be cool. I could just see Kika's tiny face in the background. That was beautiful.
She's
so
does not interested at all what I'm doing.
She's just like,
Yeah, well, anyway,
what's going on?
Yeah, why are you making that noise?
Kika's scared.
She is scared. I think new iMac is a for definite, friend. Oh, I play joke at you if not iMac M3 series.
Do you think it's going to be the same colors, Randy? Or are they going to add a new color or change up the whole lineup of colors?
One specific color.
If we're doing retro, they kept the same color but kind of like added, they made something a little bit more vibrant, like a glacier or something like that, if I remember. So if we're doing something retro still, then yeah. However, yeah, I'd say they keep it the same color because MacBook Air stayed the same color with that midnight one. So yeah, same color.
Yes.
Because it's gonna be like, however, they should refresh the lineup to make it look like everything's running out of ink. You know, that's
true.
iPad.
They'll just not use as many layers of paint. Everything will look fine.
And we
Do you
call
want to
it
tweet that or should
blue. Every week you say that.
Next thing was, I'm worried about the Cybertruck. Drew's is, do you want to tweet that or should I?
Do you want to tweet that or should I? Every week? I love this. Hey, welcome to the segment
my
of
new recurring gag.
Randy, do you want to tweet that or should I?
I'll get it ready for you and you can tweet it.
All right, awesome. So if everything just looked like it was running out of ink, that kind of would be scary. But
that's true. The printer
yeah.
is running out.
Ooh, all this money and everything's just, we're gonna call it blue and yellow, kind of like my my lights back here.
Introducing the blue iMac.
Right. So yeah, let's just say same colors.
This is M1, M3. There it is.
Perfect.
Leaks. You heard it here first. The white one looks the same.
Oh,
I hope so.
I
Those
wanted
colors
to
are
look more
broken.
pale. Yeah. So, besides Mac, honestly, I think we're just gonna get Mac. To be honest, I don't think we're getting anything iPad related because of the pencil. Like, you got to talk about the pencil, and that there's just, I don't know.
Did you see the video that was revealed of someone using it?
Someone's using the thumbs up
Stupid
animation.
Sonoma reactions. Sorry, everybody. Sonoma's annoying. But someone showed, I don't know who it was, but they recorded a video of themselves with the new pencil, and it looked, I don't know, way too easy. Like he barely put, when I first saw the pictures of the, when I first saw the pictures of the pencil, I pictured it kind of being like a, you know, you kind of have to pull it out, push it out, try to find an appropriate way to phrase
Bop it.
Like it looked like you would have to apply a reasonable amount of pressure to the Apple
There's
Pencil.
nothing appropriate here, so say what you need to say.
It's scary. It's true. But he just like lightly tapped the end of it and it just went, and I was like, oh, that's gonna like pop out. The end of the Apple Pencil with the USB-C port is going to pop. I'm trying to get specific so people don't make jokes. The end of the Apple Pencil with the USB-C port is going to pop out unintentionally way too frequently, in my opinion.
Drew's making a peenie
I'll find
joke.
it.
I was just trying to
Thought I
picture
would
what he was
know.
trying to say in
No.
general.
Yeah.
I'll find it
So-
for you and I'll send it to you.
Okay.
We're gonna see all new Macs, Mac Mini. I would love to see a revised, like Mac Mini. I think is the best value Mac if you need a desktop one, because Studio's Bay. Studio is the real Mac Pro, but yeah, Studio's just Bay. But
That's true.
Mac Mini, MacBook Pro without the touch bar. Take that one, Drusiv. Ha!
I did not see that coming.
It's still May. I just don't. I feel like
Spooky
they
return.
need to just take it out back, look at the flowers, just done.
The touch bar is about to be killed. I was just like, everyone was saying there was new M3 chips coming, and they said MacBook Pros, and we didn't think M3 Pro was happening until recently, and now they're saying actually no touch bar, and I'm like, okay, that was the one I wanted to try. That was the one, because I'll try an iMac if there's a black one, but that's it. If there's no black one, I'm sorry. I guess I'll just watch the Max Tech Geekbench scores.
Oh, because you want to pretend replicate it's a iMac Pro, you nerd.
No, I just don't want my eyes to bleed. That's all.
Oh, you're still talking about this thing about you and bezels. You're such a bigoted jerk. Just with your
Hey man,
pixels and your
black bezels matter.
Anyways,
I don't know how woke I'm supposed to be right now. What am I supposed to say?
Oh, I found the video. Good timing.
so
Anyway.
you think, Randy, that while he's trying to pace that without being deterred again, it's just going to be Max and nothing but Max. There's not going to be anything in regards to any other accessories that might have USB-C or maybe a new Apple TV or anything else to justify the increase in prices for all the different subscriptions that come with Apple.
Oh yeah, that happened. Huh.
That did happen. Ugh. Yeah, that happened. Yes to the accessory thing, like USB. Okay, I feel like we have to talk about Vision Pro in some capacity with Max being in the picture.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you brought that up. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. I don't know what I did yet, but you're welcome.
Because the M3. The
Yes.
M3 is probably coming out, and the Vision Pro has M2. So, isn't that kind of
Whoa,
weird?
I didn't think about that.
If the Vision Pro hasn't come out yet, and the M3 is coming out like in a couple days, is this the event where they retcon Apple Vision Pro and say, by the way, we weren't ready to announce it yet, but it actually has an M3, not an M2?
All
Would they say
new Apple products are going to get M3. Now, Drew, that's your Tim Cook. Now, Drew.
I like that so many people have watched that impersonation that they're now feeling like when they watch an Apple event, Tim Cook is doing a character of me. I've gotten that comment a few times.
I think of that one guy who does the like, "Good morning, Cupertino."
Yeah.
Oh,
Shut the hell off. Yeah.
He's-
That's great. I try to sound like him. I don't try to sound like Tim. I just try to sound like that
Now,
guy.
Drew, products. They should retcon because they have to address the digital elephant in the room with everything going M3. Unless they like come out, hypothetically speaking, there are no M3s and it's all M2 Ultras or something, and that's how they address like, oh well, the Vision Pro going to have the M2 and everything else is M2 Part 2. That's what this year is. We're just having M2 Part 2. And
It's just like the AirPods all over again.
it's just like iPhone 15s with the 14 Pros last year. It's okay. We get the same headroom, so much room for growth, and 7 years of support, and whatever. You know that one, Drew?
I've heard that claim somewhere. I'm trying to remember, but someone didn't let me join their team. Mike, would Apple retcon Vision Pro? Would they actually Would they actually say, guess what? It had M3 all along.
It always did.
Maybe.
Do you want me to tweet that or?
I honestly would not. Oh, stop. I honestly wouldn't care at the end of the day if they just said, "Oh, it's actually got M3," because then it's like, okay, cool.
I would care if they didn't. To be honest, I will be disappointed if they don't do that, because if M3 comes out and it's got all the ray tracing and all the 3nm architectures, and then you're telling me 6 months from now you're going to sell $3,500 headsets that don't have all that?
It doesn't need it, Drew. It doesn't need it. It's got more than enough for the headset.
That has the M2 MacBook Air that crashed this very program. No, thank you. Okay, you are fake news.
We have it out against the M2 because it killed.
I kind of do. After what happened to us, it directly affected us during this program.
It did inform my decision on buying an M1 MacBook instead of an M2. So yeah, has kind of left a scar.
MacBook Air was the best everything, and
thanks for editing last week's podcast, Mike. By the way.
Yeah, you can also thank the M1 for having such a hard time exporting the both the EV and tech, and then taking a while to upload them. There were some issues on there. Appreciate the patience
that was
with
the
everyone.
M1's fault.
Yeah, we can blame the
upload
M1.
speed was the M1.
So, don't blame Starlink.
No,
it's got
that's unrelated.
Starlink's got like 125 megabits per second right now, which is amazing. And
wow.
It had clear skies there as well. But anyways, appreciate the patience for everyone waiting for the video portion. The audio portion, I think, came out technically a little early or on time.
Yeah.
So you still got to hear.
I appreciate it.
I did get a laugh at Randy. I like that at the end. He was just texting me laughing about the podcast that we did last week. But what am I getting at? Oh, M3 and M2. No, I don't think it matters for like if Apple Vision Pro is one version behind, because it's a totally different machine than the Max. Because it's all about
I want to know is, are we going to see
commuting.
Craig?
I was wondering when he was going to come up. Probably.
He was not at the iPhone event at all, was he? Because he's the Mac guy at the end. So this is his time.
This is the event that you've been waiting for, Randy. You said that you didn't want any more events this year. And I said, I just want to see cool animations. And Apple's like, well, I think we can do both. Because we know that this guy likes Craig and this guy likes animation. So let's just make a spooky season event.
I'm even letting my grays come through more without getting a haircut so I could be more like him.
Wow. That was kind of you. We all aspire to be more like Craig.
You're also old, too.
I think my
I'm
hair is
not old.
the
I'm
closest.
stressed.
Okay.
Ain't we all?
All right, old man.
I
Drew doesn't have a care in the world. He's just a Team Pixel. I can sell out for free. Pixel boy. Dun, 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 dun. Away.
I'm in denial, Randy. I'm in denial. But look, Apple Vision Pro is going to be a $3,500 product, and they probably won't refresh it for like 2 years. It'll probably be the only headset on the site.
It's going to have an M2 chip in it. That's such an Apple thing. Just saying.
That's a deal breaker for me. I will not keep it if it has M2.
That's where we.
You were going to keep it? you considered keeping?
I'm going to say I
Pro?
was, so I can claim like I was more invested. I'll cut that part out. No one.
Do you even have an iPhone 15 Pro yet?
Do you, Mister?
Don't
I
deflect.
can't see the difference when I tried them at the Apple Store.
Don't deflect. Do you have an iPhone 15 Pro yet?
No, you would know. I'd be unboxing.
Would I,
it and
Drew?
crap.
Would I? Or do I need to be a channel member?
Subscribe to hear your friends.
You were the first person
products.
I texted when I put my SIM back in my iPhone. Just
I
so
didn't
you're
even
aware.
know.
Oh, well,
even know
thank
until
God for
recently.
that. Could have got on the
my
iMac
God.
or the MacBook for all I know.
Would that work? I don't know if that would work.
All I know is we have 2 different group chats going on right now.
3.
One that's
Oh, we do?
we 3? No,
3 or 4.
iMessages.
Oh, okay.
Through iMessage. We have
I thought
two
you meant
different
different
ones.
I did not
sites.
know
I'm
this.
like, we got Twitter, we got
Oh,
Discord,
dude, we haven't
got...
used our Tesla, the Tesla owner
Oh.
club.
You're right.
Hi.
We do have two. Wow.
There.
Okay. That's interesting.
That's
Sorry.
what happens when you
That's my
just cheat
fault.
on us like that.
I'm sorry also to Riley, who's having a hard time figuring out the chapters of this podcast. But moving away from Vision Pro, do you think any new Mac designs are coming, or is it purely spec bumps across the board?
One could only hope for new designs and a new form factor for whatever they're doing. But I don't think so. I think they're just going to be like, here's a new chip, here's some cool new things you could do with it, and that's basically it. Maybe some cool animations as well. I don't think that's going to be anything elaborate.
Mike only wants the animations.
I just want the animations. I'm a sucker for animations.
He wants his new wallpaper and his new screensaver, and then...
Well, Mike, have you seen the supposed leaked packaging?
Supposed
That
leaked
looks
packaging
very-
of what?
The new MacBook
Of the
Pro.
MacBook.
I have not.
Okay.
It looks very real to me. I would be
If we
shocked
are
if
to-
it's not real.
If we were to believe the supposed leaked packaging of this, then there's no redesign for the MacBook Pros at least. But even then, all you see is the wallpaper, which I think Mike would like if that's all he cares about. But
Oh, I saw this in your Discord, and someone basically drew a line through and said easiest.
My what?
Easiest maze to solve ever.
there it is.
It lines up perfectly with the invite that went
It
out.
does.
Usually the wallpapers kind of play in with the invite image, and as soon as I saw a box with that on it, I was like, yeah, that's probably it.
That looks like it.
If it's a fake, good job. Whoever faked this, I'm impressed.
It's so hard to draw a line like that. My gosh. But it does look like the
then,
invite.
Hey, drawing
Printed
straight
it on the
lines is
box
tough.
and everything.
I would
I'm just
say,
saying, like, I can appreciate a fake leak, you know? Like,
of course,
it's
yeah,
a-
because then we'll be side blasted. Wait,
What?
what's the
Sideswipe?
term? Would we be
Caught off guard?
blindsided?
blindsided, thank you.
Like we'd be side
That's it.
blasted. Wait a minute. No. No. That don't sound right. I hope this is wrong because it'd be really cool if by the third iteration we have some type of design change, even if it's minimal. By the third design of iPhone with the notch, it shrunk with the 13. And
That's true.
because
Maybe the
And
notch
the
could be
camera
thinner,
only
we can't
grew.
tell by the wallpaper.
because 10 and 10s, that's the same body.
Yeah.
Then you had 12, but then 13.
Then you had 11. Sorry.
Oh, then you had 11.
You also have
Okay, so-
8 and 7.
Well, I count the 10
Well-
as one thing, right? And then
Okay.
10 and 10s is one thing. Then the 11, and then the 12. That means we wouldn't get. I would still. I mean, look. I just want something to differentiate it a little bit for being M3. If this is supposed to be the chip, ideally that also powers a new headset, a new product category. It'd be cool if there was some type of design language uniformity going on. I wouldn't mind seeing that. And for all we know, we'll probably get that with the iMacs. Maybe the iMacs is supposed to be the powerhouse that complements, say, a thing that has all-day power plugged into it or something, you know?
The iMac has all-day battery life when plugged in. It's cool.
It is cool.
Okay.
And I got to experience it longer than you, sir. Because you were so disgusted with its not opaque. Oh goodness.
Black.
What would the word be?
The word is
Sure.
black.
Trying to be elegant,
not
Randy.
black, Mike.
I was trying to be elegant.
Midnight.
It's not midnight. It's
silver
not-
metallic.
It's not stealth gray either. Randy, do you find it weird that our MacBooks are about to be two generations behind the latest? Does that feel
Yeah.
wrong?
I find it weird, but it doesn't feel wrong because this baby is still so smooth with everything. Not a single hiccup on the M1 Pro chip. I can't imagine the Max is probably obviously feeling the exact same thing, but M1 Pro and above, holy moly, it is just as new, just as smooth. Every time I open the lid, I start clickety clackety. It is just. I love this is my favorite product still. It's great, and the only thing that trumps it is something that's more power efficient, maybe, I guess, with a redesigned reincarnated 12-inch Mac would be neat to see, but it won't have the power, it won't have the RAM, it won't have the SSD, and all those things I depend on to do this very thing we're doing right now, and then with the music project and stuff like that, who knows? So, it's beautiful. It does not feel old, dated. It doesn't feel like we're going on 2 years behind it, so now we're pushing, it's about to be over 2 years old. Don't feel like it at all. But it is weird that, new curiosity, if I kept the Air, how far can we actually push the first gen for it to show its age? Because as of right now, for the pros, I would still recommend somebody go find a refurbished, certified renew, or whatever M1 Pro, because holy magoli, it is still so good. Yeah.
Can I still stand by my claims that the M2 Pro and M2 Max were not worth recommending? Now I feel even more vindicated because they didn't even make it a full year, potentially. They went from January to October.
You're right.
And then they got refreshed.
Well, technically November when they finally get released, right?
No.
Okay.
I don't.
I mean, they did it with the iPad, right? iPad 3 was around for 2 months or something.
What?
They refreshed it after 60 days. That would be
something like that. We got an iPad 3 that was just called the new iPad or something, and then it was not the new iPad. It didn't make it a full trimester of pregnancy. That's my new gauge, by the way. I gauge everything by trimesters now.
That's because of your personal experience.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well,
I'd like to think, at least for this event, that we get new AirPods Max. Because I think that's definitely needing to be refreshed ASAP. And you could argue with like this whole second gen AirPods Pro being able to do lossless with Vision Pro. I think it wouldn't be a bad time to introduce AirPods Max if you want to put it into the limelight and not do a website refresh.
Yeah. Also, it's very awkward that the iPhones and AirPods have switched to Type-C, and the AirPods Max, which costs more than twice the price of AirPods Pro, still has Lightning. So even though Gurman is saying they're not going to refresh it until next year, and he's right about everything, I'm mad because that means AirPods Max sales are just going to be probably low/confused for the next year, because everyone's going to go, I want those, but they're Lightning, and my iPhone is Type-C, but those AirPods are Type. So just get this whole Lightning thing over with, right? Like, just make your dreams come true. Yes.
Just do it.
Didn't even pick it up on Discord.
I know. Don't worry, you'll hit anyway. To talk about the accessories for a moment, because there's an event I would like to reintroduce for the first time this month. I brought back I got rid of the Logitech.
Already?
Didn't even last 2 podcasts.
Joke's on you, didn't last only but the one. It wasn't here last week. I just didn't talk about it.
Oh.
But I brought this
Where'd
back.
You find that thing?
Huh?
Where'd you find that thing? Somewhere deep in your closet?
This one?
Yeah.
I kept it by the iPad and the Apple Watch I don't use. It was basically, there's a purgatory state for all my Apple products that are just like borderline obsolete because of an
They go in the corner when they disappoint.
Anything that requires this little sucker needs to be taken out back with a shotgun.
I honestly have no clue why you guys are so anti-Lightning as soon as Apple releases
It's because you have an
USB-C.
iPhone 14 Pro. You know why, Mike. You know why.
I also have AirPods that use Lightning and a couple other things like a remote that use Lightning, which I'm not using right now. But
You mean
even still,
MagSafe? MagSafe.
what do you mean, Mac? No, I can't.
MagSafe.
No.
Say it with me. MagSafe.
No,
I'll
I
show
can't
you a
use
Say the
MagSafe.
freaking words, Mike.
I don't have MagSafe.
Your phone does.
I don't have a MagSafe charger.
Didn't you have Duo?
Yeah,
That is now my wife's. She has stolen it
Oh.
from me.
Don't you split hairs with me. That's like me saying, well, I used to have an Apple Wallet, but now your wife does.
That's what I've been telling Drew.
That's like Randy saying my wife has a son.
My wife has a Model Y.
Well, technically, she's driving around right now, so yes, she does.
Oh god.
Thank God my name wasn't put on the application, otherwise it really would have hurt the house buying process.
I hope Mike is right about AirPods Max, but I don't think he is.
I would love to, honestly. I'd honestly try them out because I kind of want to check out. I like over ears, as you can tell if people watch the podcast. I wear over ears, even though these two have regressed back to the AirPods. Nope, I stay over ear because I just like how it feels.
Hey,
And
I upgraded from Pixel Buds, mind you.
Yeah, you already talked about that last week, and I already said that those were trash. So
I agree.
we already know. But I would, with what Randy has said in the past about AirPods Max, and yes, notably Randy, not you, Drew. The AirPods Max are alluring to me, even though that I don't necessarily need them. With my
Yes, you do.
AirPods battery. Okay, well, you're not helping this now, because now I just have to buy them. If it's gonna look like a very spooky season for my wallet if AirPods Max come out.
All the charges on your Apple Card just start
Oh,
popping up.
God, I'm not getting picked up on this. How do you turn off? I want you guys to hear my sound effects.
I can
heard
picture it.
I heard that one.
Oh, you heard the wee, wee, wee. All right.
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
have to
that
go
counts
wee
as
instead.
voice
Eh.
for Discord, I suppose. That would be great, but I do think if we're getting a new iMac, we should get new USB-C Magic Keyboard and Magic Mouse, right? Are you in the market, Randy?
Another version of Randy is in the market.
Is that other version of
Got it.
Randy in the room?
He can be.
See him in
Hey, hang on 1 second. Let me just go grab it. Hey, they want something real quick.
Is this just like Drew's other friend Frank?
Brother! Oh, it's Frank! Yo, Frankie!
What's up? I was gonna use a different name, but I'm trying to think of one.
You were pushing
Brad!
Viper territory right there, weren't you?
Brad.
Good to see you, Brad. You throwing out all those lightning accessories yet?
Every last one of them.
Didn't even hear that.
There's nothing to hear.
Alrighty then. Why is Discord doing this? Well, you guys can, the listeners, you know, viewers maybe even of the thing. What are we talking about again? I don't remember.
USB-C
Are you getting
Magic Keyboard.
Yeah. Are you getting the new one? But other version Randy might, but you won't.
Yeah, I would bring other version Randy, but he likes to do Trump and Palpatine a lot. And we just gotta, like, I gotta keep him just get back over there, and no one's asking you.
Price for your lack of Type-C.
Soon, your devices, just like your iPhone, will be mine. Will belong to
M3
me.
will be more powerful than either of us.
I relate more to
Face
the
of your
dog
new
than you
chip.
guys at this point. I'm worried.
may be. As is your faith in the 13-inch. You will not stop me. Okay. It's not a podcast without Palpatine. It's not a podcast without Trump, folks. Believe me. Believe me.
Hey, other
Hey, there
Randy's
he is.
back.
Hey, there he is.
Get the sensor
I would
button.
love to pick up a USB-C keyboard and mouse.
On
But,
sale.
maybe for Christmas if somebody wants to, gift me that. Hint, hint, best buddies. My toxic trait is I don't know how to sell houses. I just like to buy them. And that kind of puts me in a pickle about finances. And right now, I don't know how I'm going to afford a $3 subscription to iCloud Plus, let alone a $50, $60, or $180. I don't even know how much these suckers go for. But
That one's free.
This one was actually literally free. It was given to me by my friend's sister. She was like, "I don't like Apple." I'm like, "Jack, mine." She's like, "Yeah, take it."
You should try to sell it before the USB-C versions are announced and those get depreciated.
These ones? Okay,
The Lightning one.
Talos of Tech podcast community. Anybody want to buy this from me for?
You're gonna sell them on right?
Yeah.
$500.
We can do it on Swappa. Hit me up on
Can I swap
X
this Lightning for
Marketplace.
Type C? Yeah.
You have to have a Twitter X account because Twitter's my X or something.
Well, the good news is there's now a $3 tier.
That is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Why would you pay somebody just so you can edit and recall tweets? Like, you still get ads.
You can post
you're
longer
not
videos
monetized.
that will not be monetized. It's cool.
What's going on right now?
I was so bummed when I read that. I was so interested in the $3 tier or the cheaper tier when they were rumors that they were working on various tiers and stuff, because I was like, I don't care about all these premium features. I just want to make sure I get the ad revenue payouts, and I will totally downgrade to the bare minimum. And then I saw $3 tier does not allow for monetization, and I was like, so you're saying on YouTube it's free, but on Twitter $3 a month isn't enough.
Joke's on you,
make
Drew.
the jump.
You're $8 or whatever, $10 or whatever. That is the barrier entry. You have to spend money to make money. YouTube is unmatched. By the way, guys, I'm gonna try something out real quick. Hey guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to like and comment and subscribe to this, and let us know we're doing a good job for the YouTube algorithm. And then there's a little circle or something.
Don't listen to him. Don't engage in the buttons as colorful
but
as
if
they
it lights
may
up
look.
on your phone, let us know. I mean, I'm curious, because if it lights up and hey, be sure to like, because it's, it costs you nothing.
I did want to ask you guys, because I think we
bro.
talked about YouTube last week or the week before in comparison to Twitter. What replaces YouTube? Because a lot of people like to compare
YouTube Plus.
Vision Pro replace what?
YouTube Plus.
I think that was a thing, and that got canned immediately.
No, that's G Plus. Google Plus.
Oh.
Gmail Plus.
Oh yeah. G plus.
Do you guys know what will replace Google? Because I realized the other day, YouTube's been around for a long time. Since 2005, 2007? I forget.
5, yeah.
Google or YouTube?
Sorry, YouTube has been around since then. And it's just become
Google's
this giant
from the 90s,
monster. And of course, there's
Yeah.
things that it doesn't do right and things that it does do right when comparing it to something that's really not doing things good. What replaces it? Because it seems like TikTok may have gotten close, but then kind of waned down, and streaming
It
services
found its own market.
yeah, and streaming services like Twitch and Kick are kind of on the rise, but also don't seem to be eating most of the pie that YouTube has baked. So I guess my question to you is,
I like
is
that.
there going to be anything that will replace YouTube in the next 5 or 10 years?
If there is, it's already established. It's nothing new. And I think the only thing that is close to doing it, and I'm being so serious, it would be Facebook. Meta. Meta would be the one to do it because of its advertisement pool, its reach, and what it does. And their attempt to diversify. I mean, they already touch Messenger, Instagram. They got the what Signal is it? No, what's their encrypted one?
WhatsApp.
Okay, WhatsApp. You got.
What's the app? What's it called?
Hey, what's that app called?
That totally went through marketing.
What's that song about grandma getting run over by a reindeer? Name the boat from Titanic.
Yo, what's the name of that Terminator that went to go kill Sarah Connor?
Name
I don't
the
remember.
ogre from Shrek. Yeah, good question.
What's that team called in Avengers? I can do this forever. Yo, what's Batman called? The Batman. Okay. Okay.
No, nothing will replace YouTube in my opinion because social media sites take off from mostly random collective community building. It's usually not from necessarily the company or the site doing something particularly right or wrong. They just it's so usually the biggest social medias are accidents. They're very rarely created by big major tech companies.
That's what my dad said I was. That was weird. Look, no,
you're a social media, Randy.
I'm a social media accident. Users.
You were acquired by Meta. That's true. Basically,
right
YouTube got big and then Google bought it, and then WhatsApp got big and then Meta bought it, and Instagram got big and then Meta bought it. You know, so there's occasional big sites that get traction that get acquired by a company with lots of money because no one can actually figure out how to build a successful social media site from the ground up. They can't figure out how to keep traffic coming in, how to keep people. It's a very, very difficult cycle of like creators continue to post and they bring their viewers and it's hard to get that cycle working. Like I would say 99% of social medias fail. There's really probably less than 10 major ones. When you think about, I bet most people would have a hard time naming more than 10 major social media sites, but the biggest ones are obvious and they've been here for a long time. And the one thing I've learned after making content all these years is that it is so hard, it is nearly impossible to get people to actually move platforms. You can get them to move for like a day or two. Hey, I'm on Threads, here's my Threads. And then all they do on Threads is talk about Threads. And then they all stop using it and go back to, you know, the people will threaten to leave Twitter dozens of times and then keep on coming back every time they get bored of whatever Twitter clone they're on. But that's the thing, they're all clones, they're not their own identity. So I personally, YouTube is probably one of the biggest, most successful, long-lasting sites in regards to video content. There's just so much established there that I don't foresee anything really replacing it.
Was I supposed to say Rumble? I'm sorry, Rumble.
What a threat.
Don't even recognize that one.
Apple's tried multiple times. They've got the best marketing teams in the world. They've got more money than anybody, and on various occasions they've tried to do social media and it's never worked. And Google tried to do it on their own. They tried to piggyback it off of YouTube. Even that didn't work. So now they basically just have to build everything off of YouTube because that's the one successful thing, and they didn't even create it. It was an accident. It's just people just kind of pool to certain sites, and it's so coincidental which ones take off. There's definitely some sites can make bad decisions that get a lot of people to leave, but I think the one thing that YouTube's proven is that they can make horrible decisions and people will not leave, because YouTube has made a lot of horrible decisions and we're all still there. So they probably feel invincible at this point, which I don't like, and that's why I want Twitter to compete with them. But doesn't seem like they're that. I can't believe people are getting so excited. At least the Elon fans are all like, Twitter's rolling out audio calls. Whoa! I'm like,
you can call people.
I
were
do
we
that
asking for that?
I do that. I'm literally doing it on Discord right now.
There's like 80
Literally.
different sites that offer that, and now Twitter can do it too. Congratulations.
Welcome to 2018, Twitter. You did it.
Video calling, it's amazing. Yeah, I think that the one good decision they made was paying creators, but even that seems to be very experimental, not very consistent. They don't give us much data on how the revenue is calculated, what results in better payouts, and they're still in startup mode. They don't really know what they're doing yet. I don't even think they're profitable at this point. So YouTube might not be either, but they've got Google Pockets to pull from. So YouTube helps Google's algorithm with search and everything. You can look up how to do things and get a ton of YouTube results. So they probably are okay with YouTube not being super profitable because it helps their bottom line. But I don't know if you'll get a beneficial relationship like that, which is so substantially effective ever again. Because like Vimeo would punish people for having a viral video because it caused too much traffic on their back end. So they were like, oh, you got too many views, we're going to charge you $10,000 or we have to remove the video.
Good job, Vimeo. You did great. You did it. You freaking did it. One thing that YouTube does very well is it knows how to tailor itself to different generations. So you got your short form content, you got your long form content, you got your streamers, you got YouTube TV for those who don't want to cut the cable just yet. You have so many different demographics. Huh?
Everyone I talk to says, YouTube TV is so expensive, we canceled that. That's ridiculous. I was like, isn't that what you wanted? Expensive TV? That's what it is. I mean, what everyone's
YouTube
used to.
TV is just TV. It's cable. It's YouTube's cable.
It's cable without the cable.
It's cable through Google, like Google Fi. It's
yeah.
I don't understand. It's like 1 + 1 = 2, but with more steps. Do you not cable? But if you did, YouTube TV.
This is why I'm not a sports person. I save a lot of money on cable.
I save a lot of money by switching to Geico.
Oh my goodness.
Not a sponsor, but you're right. YouTube
brought to you by
does
USAA.
Very well. They do cater to various demographics very well. Everybody has their little niche that they fall into on really any subject.
Doesn't have that. X doesn't have that.
Not really. I agree.
Facebook or Meta. You know what I mean when I say Facebook. Facebook kind of has that with Snapchat. Jesus. Instagram.
Yeah. And
Facebook,
Jesus,
Snapchat.
And Jesus, they got a Bible app apparently.
They're gonna be
the word of Zuck just comes up. Hello, people. Today we are going to be talking about the Old Testament, back when we were fighting for survival.
The Bible, narrated by Mark Zuckerberg.
I mean, God told Adam. Sorry, but.
Or you could do the Jesse Eisenberg, which is like, he just sits there and it's like, I'm giving you the very minimum of my attention. The bare minimum.
That is a 3-syllable word. Yeah, he's fun, isn't he?
Anyway, but so what I'm getting is that Google is good at, or YouTube as its standalone company, but Google is good at.
It gives you more of what you want.
That's proper diversification in a vertical lineup of not just integration, but also I mean that in a generational sense too. So everybody knows the word Google. Google, I would say, I would make the case if it might be a more brand recognizable term than Apple, because Google is a verb. Just Google it. Like, there is more association to to Alphabet. There's a company above the company above the company, right? But there's even vertical integration in the corporate, conglomerate, structure here.
Yeah.
And just words, alphabet. So what we're trying to say is words. Every word we say is copyrighted by Google, but we know the word Google, and we get paychecks by Google. So and everything is searched.
What I was going to say is, I know people that love Elon and like the whole freedom of speech thing that don't use Twitter, which I think says something, I know people that are like, oh, I'm so glad he bought blah, 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 and he did all that for Twitter, and that's great, and he doesn't care whatever people think, and they're very political, but they don't use the site. They don't engage on it. But I know people from all generations that use YouTube. I see kids using YouTube, teens using YouTube. I see adults using YouTube. It's like whatever the genre. It's dangerous for stupid people, but it will feed you more of whatever you're interested in, which is why we have so many. That's why we have so many flat earthers, basically, or conspiracies.
Thanks, YouTube.
You know how they used to say there's an app for that? There's a video for that on YouTube. No, whatever.
It's true.
Possible idea, no matter how stupid or unreasonable or how unrealistic, someone will tell you you're like right us. In a YouTube video.
Stupid, unreasonable, you know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Randy, when are you going to put out your next YouTube video? I've been needing some confirmation bias.
When am I putting? Do these? Not
I feel like
count?
I get that question a lot.
I will let you know as soon as I know. What you don't see is behind the camera a very literal hellfire just everywhere, and I'm just like, this is fine.
So that's why your face has been flickering a little bit during this podcast. Okay.
Yeah, it's the lumens that are going on with all these, you know, hellfires raining down. It's like giving, you know, ice water to somebody in hell. That's what I feel like right now.
Well, when they say when life gives you lumens, make luminade. I think you got this.
Mike, you've been on the road too long.
100 days, by the way. If anyone was interested how long I was on that road trip, 100 days.
Welcome home, Mike. Congratulations.
Mike just made that joke at me.
For those who are curious, beautiful. The camera just zoomed in very slowly on
Nick
Randy.
and Sweeney over here. Whew.
Multiple cameras. It's got multiple views. Multiple views.
All right.
I don't even know what you mean.
As we're coming near the end of our lives, I think we should discuss. We talked about what we think might be coming, but what do you think will be killed? Do you think the M1 MacBook Air will finally see its death? Will the Touch Bar finally die? Or are they going to keep leaving them on the site for people who are misinformed and don't realize refurbished options exist?
I guess the question is, what is the lowest price range they're willing to go?
I would be so cool if they sold the M1 Air new for $899. There hasn't been like a sub $1,000 MacBook in forever, but
would it? So supply chain's a thing, right? And we got to think about the cost of production and all of that as well. Are we at the point that they can do that and still turn a profit? Apple don't ship something for them to take a loss on it so you can buy something else later. Not when it comes to the Macs. Not for $1,000. Oh, no. So, I would say, how low is the price willing to go for a barrier of entry? Is it going to compete with iPad territory for productivity? Things I don't have a clear answer to that because I don't agree with the current lineup about how they structure, certain decisions that have that overlap between Mac and iPad.
Yeah.
And then
I
throw
saw
another
Ian's tweet. Someone was like, the Mac lineup is so complicated. Steve Jobs wouldn't like this. And then the response was, it's very simple. And then he explains every Mac, and it's like this huge list. It just keeps I'm not sure if he was joking or not, but I laughed either way, so thank you.
But now we also have to get ready. This is probably the last event before Vision Pro comes into the picture. So we have another product category that's going to have some overlap as well. And that one is definitely going to be on the far end. That's pushing. I mean, that's going to be above any MacBook Pro, but sub Mac Pro territory. And so I try to look at it from our pricing structure. And I don't know if they're going to further the gap, or not the gap, but the overlap, to make it be more diluted with just get a Mac. Or if you're all in on iPad, here's why iPad so much. Like, I don't know how all that becomes relevant now when we can't, like, if Apple does the Apple thing next week, good morning, we're just going to talk about Macs.
Good evening.
Good evening. Happy Halloween.
Good morning, Japan.
Yeah, I saw the theory that they're doing this for Japan because they got some announcement
they're gonna buy Sony. I saw a tweet tell me that like it was a fact that like they're doing it in the evening because they're buying Sony. I was like,
they're buying. No, they're not. No, they're not.
I don't think they're buying Sony. I think maybe they're going to be in a
I just
partnership
love the
with Sony.
confidence. The tweet made me laugh because they were just saying they're buying Sony. Just
obviously.
Sony, Nintendo. After they finish buying,
like the feds
Lucid
wouldn't be like
and Aptera. Wait, you mean it goes? Da, da, da.
Yeah.
That was almost frame for frame.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
I don't think they're buying someone. I think they will couple with a few game devs that made AAA games from 6 years ago that gamers won't claim count anymore. And they'll show off the ray tracing and say, see, gaming!
Yeah.
What do you have against Stray? Stray was like only 6 months to a year old by the time they put it on the Mac.
Was that AAA?
That's a great question. I haven't paid.
I don't even know the definition. I'm genuinely
I believe
asking.
Stray was indie. Yeah. But still, what I'm getting at is that with Sony kind of losing the battle against Microsoft and acquiring Activision, this might be the boost that they need to get some more people into their ecosystem to play Spooderman in Horizon Zero Dawn.
And
I love that mindset. Oh yeah? You're buying Activision? Well, Apple's buying us. So take that. Who did you acquire? We were acquired.
It goes back to like no new company just make like to get bought out by somebody else, and even if the company is Sony, that would be weird. But no, at most what we're getting next week is just a bunch of gaming demos about ray tracing and all this other stuff that I don't care because I'm not a PC gamer.
You just took all the excitement out of me in like 3 seconds just now.
Sorry.
You were like, it's gonna be a bunch of gaming demos that we're gonna watch on a YouTube stream that's heavily compressed, and we're supposed to act impressed, and I'm gonna go
dramatically. He ages into a grandpa. The wrinkles form and everything. Then turns into a skeleton. Randy's having too much fun with the zooming effect.
I know. I'm kind of jealous. I'm like, how's he doing that?
Oh, yeah.
It's some setting that I can't do on my iPhone.
POV.
So until you figure it out, I'm gonna live my best life and rub it in everybody's faces.
You're so right, though. This is gonna be a bunch of game demos that people in. Whoa, Mike's got it too. Can OBS see that as well, or is it just Discord?
Yeah, OBS is seen.
It's on both.
Oh, cool. But people in Europe are going to be awake at 2 a.m. watching game demos on a compressed live stream. It'll probably be 30 FPS too. You know it. Apple's not going to make it 60 anyway.
And this is going to be me acting like I'm excited in my office.
People who watch the video are just getting a kick. People who are just listening are not having a fun time this episode.
Randy went to ultra wide for audio listeners. So that's a good question. Randy, you're on a different time zone where it's going to be late into the evening for you. Are you going to even watch this keynote, or are you skipping it?
Is it? It's not Halloween, right? It's the day before?
Mm-hmm.
It's not Halloween here. It'll be Halloween in Europe, in Japan.
They don't sell out.
Thank God I don't celebrate Halloween at 3 o'clock in the morning. Woo!
You're obviously not going to the right parties.
No, I'll definitely watch it and be like, at least
This will give you good reason to watch my reaction stream because I'll be making fun of it the entire time. So I'll try to make it entertaining.
This is my reaction right now. All these jokes I'm landing with the with cameras and angles and stuff like that, and just doing visual humor. I'm preemptively reacting because when you guys watch this, who's ever watching it, this will come out 2 days before, a day before, whatever before. But anyway, point is. Everyone, it's just going to be gaming demos. That's why we're only going to talk about Macs. And maybe some accessories that go with the Mac, i.e., keyboard, mouse.
A gaming magic mouse.
Do you think the Magic Mouse is going to get a different design? Or is it just going to be slaps USB-C onto the bottom and call it a day?
Oh, my
slaps.
God. I did not consider this.
This Magic Mouse slaps.
This would be the perfect time to unveil a new mouse if they had one. If I had one. But
Dinkelberg!
Type-C. Everyone's been complaining about the charging method for about 400 years. And Johnny Ive has left. Johnny Ive designed that mouse.
The Fire Nation has come and went multiple times.
Yeah.
And the Magic Mouse has stayed unchanged.
The Magic Mouse design is older than the United States of America. And if they are pushing for gaming...
Our current flag.
Yeah.
Don't you think, am I wrong? If you're boasting about ray tracing, which is supposed to be the new big feature of M3, and they're going to do a bunch of game demos, which I totally agree, that makes sense, wouldn't now be the perfect time, or I guess they might just say, use a controller, use a PS5 controller, it pairs with your Mac, or would they actually show a new mouse?
What about two mice? One is just
Magic
slapped
Mouse
on
Pro.
with a USB-C, and then there's a Magic Mouse Pro that
Magic
actually has
Mouse
the port
Plus.
on the back or whatever. No, not Plus.
Magic
That's
Mouse
a whole
Ultra,
subscription.
it's got a digital crown in the middle.
That's called the Rat.
The Magic
I'm not-
Rat.
I did have a rat.
I'm buying
at
the
one
new
point.
Magic Rat.
We found our title for this week's. Can you just picture an RGB version of the Magic Mouse with a digital crown in it? And it's all
that's the
grippy,
Magic Rat.
like it's tall, and they call it the Magic Rat. You can
you just
plug
call
it
it,
in while using it.
A normal day in New York City.
The Cronenberg Rat.
That's right.
I'm picturing it now. I will talk to some concept artists. We'll figure
Am I
this
weird
out.
for wanting to probably ditch the mouse and go trackpad?
That is weird.
That is weird, right?
I think it's weird if you have a MacBook to have two trackpads.
That is also really weird.
Well, I'm a weird guy.
Yes, you
It's
are.
true.
So it's perfect for you. So never mind. Yeah. No, it wouldn't be weird.
Yes, you
It would be perfectly normal for you. Get a trackpad.
What is that supposed to mean?
Yeah, I've not heard any rumors of that, but if we're near the end of the show, and if we're talking about surprises, wild cards, that one would make a lot of sense. Apple making some hardware that's a bit more optimized for gaming instead of just saying use a PlayStation controller. It's like, well, I'm just going to use a
your
PlayStation.
gestures, Drew.
God, don't give them ideas. I hate how Apple that idea sound. Using machine learning and neural nets, we can analyze.
You need
your
the
finger
Series 9 to do this!
You're gonna play the game by tapping your fingers together, but only the M3 has enough neural nets to analyze.
It supports
the camera
lossless.
feed. Yeah, it supports lossless playback.
Lossless scrolling.
We put an M3 into the mouse. So you can take it wherever.
So what we're trying to say is Magic Mouse needs Mac OS.
They would probably get macOS before the iPad.
Wait a minute. So if we redesign it, Thunderbolt, the Mac is actually in the mouse, and then you plug the mouse in via Thunderbolt cable to an external monitor.
The Mac
That's
mouse.
powering the magic rat, ladies and gentlemen. This is
Magic rat. That's what my ex called me.
It's Twitter. All right. I love my job. This is fun.
It's still Twitter. As you can see, we've taken this week very seriously, ladies and gentlemen, but we do read the comments.
I love that the X Premium account, that, you know, on Twitter, they were like, we introduced some new tiers, and they have a link where you can sign up, and the link still says Twitter. I was like, how's that rebrand going for you?
It's been a whole 365 days there, Muskie. Yep. Let that one sink in. Stupid! Just stupid.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, Premium Plus still has ads.
You gotta be out of my flipping mind.
It's nothing but a fire of a dumpster.
There's no ads. If you pay for Premium Plus, which is $16 a month, you get more prioritization in replies. And you can't make this up. I thought that was a joke when I read it. You don't get ads in For You or Following, but if you go into the replies or you watch a video, there are still ads at $16 a month.
So what you're telling me is I need to use an ad blocker for Twitter.
No. I will not.
That's where all the YouTube ad blocker people went. They went to Twitter.
That's a good point. YouTube is smart enough to block ads. I bet Twitter isn't. They don't.
I
know
still
how
got
to do
Twitter
that
for
yet.
Mac. They're not. They.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Soon we're gonna see Twitter Premium Max, where there will be absolutely no ads. It's just the more you pay per month, there's less ads.
You now pay $100.
It's $100 a month, and you don't get ads.
It's cheaper to pay for your own ad on Twitter to get money back.
That should be a rule. If you advertise on Twitter, you don't get ads. I would advertise on Twitter.
That sets a very
would
dangerous
spam
precedent.
the crap out of people. Like, hey guys, we got this really annoying podcast, but you know it's cool and
don't watch.
I make noises in a sequence that sometimes is pleasing to the ear, and I take none of this seriously. You should probably click this link below, and so I don't have to watch ads. Thanks.
This sounds like an OnlyFans ad.
You know how Max was always like the one to watch? We're like the one not to watch. That's our tagline at the big.
We're not better than MKBHD.
No.
Objectively worse than Waveform. We'll put that on our cover art.
Yeah. We just keep
Beautiful.
recording and people just keep listening. So I mean, at this point, it's a game
haven't
of
lost them
chicken.
yet.
If look at this point, we're in this transactional relationship that if you stop listening, we win. We're playing chicken right now. At this
We
point,
have so much to gain.
we're too far in the hole. I can't put out of pride alone. I can't stop. I lose. You have to stop, and then I win. It's the game. We're playing the game right now, and right now
Game is the
we're
foot.
playing chicken. I'm trying to
You
make
have
people
any,
blink.
Do we have any final thoughts before we wrap up?
Do you? I wanted to ask, I guess, you guys as a final thought. Do you have a dream accessory / Mac to come out of this that is possible? I guess within some of the leaks that have proven them wrong. Even still, is there a dream product that you guys would probably be like, "Yep, take my money, I'll have it."
iMac Pro.
Okay.
I have forgotten. And I have moved on and all that, but still, I think it would be the coolest Mac ever with more modern silicon and a more modern design. No chin. But still, just M3 Max chip with 120 hertz, 5K, 6K display, and frickin' 4K webcam. Just everything, one computer that can do it all. That sounds cool. Yeah, I admit that would be like, okay, buy money.
Take all of that, put it in a 12-inch form factor that goes like this. And then, because I know if we ever get a 12-inch MacBook, it's going to be the way of water. It's going to be MacBook Air, the way of air.
That was a great MacBook, honestly. Every time I see my mom, I was just helping her change her Apple ID the other day. She still uses the 12-inch MacBook, and it is such a cool form factor. I love that little thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
I'll stick with mine being a AirPods Max, but I could be swayed by a new HomePod speaker if they did anything like that. It would be nice for some of the home accessories to get some scary fast updates.
They should make an orange one with a pumpkin face jack-o'-lantern.
If it has a display, then it'll just change for the season, and then you can have it.
It could be like a mini sphere, like in Las Vegas.
Oh, I didn't talk about that. Maybe I'll save that for the next podcast. And I did get to see that thing, and that thing's amazing. But we'll save that for next time.
I love the sphere. I watch documentaries on it. I meme about it. I talk about it to my family who doesn't ask. It's so much fun.
Ugh. Okay.
Hey,
anyways.
sphere.
Thanks everyone for listening and watching. Good. Hope you all
Thanks
have a
for watching the Telosive EV podcast.
Okay, that's fine.
We didn't talk too much about EVs, but
did I say EV podcast?
No, I did.
I'm worried about the Cybertruck. Those prices. Woo. Sheesh.
All right. Hopefully we lost you all there, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm cool.